Hey everybody, welcome back to DYOR, Do Your Own Research. Over the past few months, we have done an introduction to DYOR, this program, and we have looked at the topics of books. We have looked at the topic of medication. We've looked at the Federal Reserve. In the last few weeks, we have done the tools that it would take for you to do your own research. And those tools would have been truth, fact versus opinion, facts themselves, and then logic. And then the last time that we had a video, the DYOR subject was the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Today, what I want to do, considering the fact that this is geared towards you doing your own research so you can be edified, I think one of the most important things that you can do your own research on is yourself, is you. So what does the word you, when you look at the dictionary, what is the definition of the word you? The definition of the word you is the pronoun of the second person. So if it was in the first person, you would say, last week I went camping. And if it was the second person, you, someone would be saying, well, when you went camping last week, what did you experience? So that is the basic premise of it. It's in the nominative or the subjective case when someone is dealing in the you. In the familiar language, it is applied to an individual. And at times it is used in a plural form, like when you went camping, what did you as a group, what did this group, what did you experience? So considering that we're contemplating on doing our own research on you, the first question I guess would be, have you ever considered doing research on yourself? Do your own research on yourself. Well, you might be asking, well, what the heck are you talking about? How does that happen? How do you do research on yourself? Well, you do research on yourself by sitting back, taking an inventory of who you are, of where you are, of what you dreamt of as kids, what visions and dreams and ideas and thoughts and imaginations did you have as a child, and where are you today with those dreams and visions and imaginations as a child, as opposed to where you are today in the age that you are right now. When you consider that, kids have vibrant imaginations. Kids have very loud ideas, very loud imaginations, very boisterous imaginations. They have basically endless imaginations when you think about it. The only reason why children ever are squelched in their imagination is because an adult told them that they couldn't think like that, or they shouldn't think like that, or that's not real, that'll never happen, or that's silly. Those are the kind of things that kill the imagination of a child and kill the dreams and the imaginations and the intents and that billboard that plays in your head as a child, all those dreams and visions and ideas and thoughts of what you would become when you were a child. Well, I'm here to tell you that those dreams and visions and thoughts and ideas and desires all came from God. When you were created in your mother's womb, when you were knit together and conceived in your mother's womb, all those things were a part of who you are. So what you want to do is you want to consider, if you're along in years, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even if you're a teenager, think back to what it was like when you were younger and you had ideas and you had dreams and you had visions and you had imaginations of what could be and where you could go and what you could do. In order to do that, you need to realize that God has a plan for you. God has a plan for your life. The Bible says in Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you a hope and a future and an expected end. Then the next thing is you need to realize that you need to start becoming who you were created to be. Well, how do I do that, you may be thinking? Good question. there's a lot of questions that you need to ask. There's a lot of questions that need to come up in your mind, and there may be things that have been pushed down because of just everyday life. Basically living day to day and living moment to moment, week to week, paycheck to paycheck, like most people do in this United States and in this world. When the pressures of living life and taking care of a family, taking care of yourself, taking care of responsibilities get in the way of those dreams and visions and ideas and imaginations, those things get pushed down and get squelched and get pushed to the back, and sometimes get lost in the dark recesses of our memory. And sometimes we just quit thinking about them, and those dreams basically go to sleep and stay dormant inside of us. Well, in order for us to be able to be the best you that you can be, you got to realize God has a plan. You got to begin to figure out who you are. What thing keeps playing over in your mind constantly that won't let go? What business do you want to start? What dreams do you have? What ambitions and desires? What places do you want to go? What people do you want to meet? What accomplishments do you want to do? What new things do you want to learn? And then you need to set your mind to it. Then you need to take a list, basically an inventory of what are your gifts, what are your talents, what are your abilities that are inside of you, and be honest with yourself. Don't be self-condemning. Don't sell yourself short, because every one of you are amazing creations of God. Every one of you are an amazing creation of God. Every human being on this earth, every 8 billion plus people on the face of this earth is an amazing creation of God. But we don't believe it, because we believe the narrative and the lies that have been told us by people that themselves are broken. If you want to know who you are, open up the Bible, read it, find out what God tells you in the Bible about who He has created you to be, and what amazing things God has placed in you and has for you, and what things await you as you uncover all those things about who you are. Then you want to take the gifts, talents, and abilities that you have. You want to take all the dreams and all the things that you want to become, and you want to put them into an action list, an action plan, and you want to start working on them. And the amazing thing about when you start putting something on paper and putting it into action, the more that you work towards it, the more answers come your way, and the more open doors come your way, the more people you meet that end up actually coming alongside you to help you, that actually end up pouring things into your life that either help you mentally or spiritually or physically in your quest to become who you are and who you were created. And in your research of who you are, that will pay dividends for the rest of your life, not only for you, but for generations to come. Now, if you want to dig into this a little bit deeper and really dig into doing your own research of who you are, a couple years back, I wrote a book. It's called Live Your Dream Life, Using Your God-Given Passions, right there. And you can find this on Amazon. And when you go there, you will find out that God has a plan for you when you open up the pages and read it. And it'll show you how God has a plan for you. And then it'll show you how you can become who you were created to be. Then how do you set your mind to becoming who you were created to be? How do you figure out what your gifts, your talents, and abilities are, and how to put your plan into action? All those things are covered in the book and many more. So my encouragement to you is do your own research on you, on who you are. And when you do, you're going to be blown away at what God has placed within you. Till next time, take care of yourself, have a great week, and we'll talk to you on the next video.